Hey guys, what is up? Plastic Guy here, coming back with another figure review where today, I'm so happy, we're taking a look at another Raimi Spider-Man movie figure. On the channel, I've looked at quite a lot of these guys. I did a collection video a few months ago where we took a look at my collection at the time. Since then, it's grown quite a bit because, as you'll probably know, I absolutely adore these figures. We've had a look at the aerial flipping Spider-Man, the scooter slash pizza Spider-Man, although I suppose it is the scooter Spider-Man, the superposable trilogy figures, and we also had a look at the human spider and his wrestling outfit and the eBay bundle video I did a couple weeks ago. If you haven't seen any of those videos, guys, feel free to hop on over to the channel page and check them out. But today, I'm so happy to be taking a look at this Spider-Sense Spider-Man. This figure was released by Toy Biz for Spider-Man 2, and to be honest, when I first saw it, I just didn't really think I was going to like it that much, but that has completely changed. After posing him around a wee bit, I absolutely love this guy. Before we get into the video, guys, I want to give a big shout out to Scarlet Studios. That's his name on YouTube, that's his name on Instagram, and he's been a long time supporter of my channel, and I appreciate it so much. He's the guy that reached out to me and let me know about this eBay listing. He sent it over so kindly, and yeah, big thanks to you, man. I'll leave his links down in the description below for you to go and check him out because his YouTube channel is great. Let's not wait any longer, guys. Let's get into this video and check out this Spider-Sense Spider-Man. So here is our Spidey Sense Spider-Man figure, and this is how I picked him up. I picked him up loose on eBay, didn't have the base that he originally came with, no box or anything. But as I might have said, I can't remember, he only cost me £10 and I'm really happy with him. Let's just take a closer look. The paintwork is what stood out to me straight away. Once again, shout out to Scarlet Studios when he sent me the link over for this listing. As soon as I opened it up, saw the paint on this guy and saw the price, I knew I had to grab him because it is immaculate. The spider logo there just looks fantastic. All the silver webbing is just on point. There is no like bleeding over, it's all on the line and it is all vibrant. It really stands out and it just looks excellent. I'm really happy with it. You can see it all in the arms here, all the way down to the hands, and then in the chest area you've got the typical kind of legs. We'll look at a few other Spidey figures later. All in the boots. It really looks like this figure has not been played with at all. It's definitely been a collector's piece, which is kind of gutting therefore that we don't have the base, because yeah, first gripe straight off the bat here, this thing just stands out like a sore thumb. I mean, it is pretty awful. There's no hiding this. I thought maybe I'd be able to take it off or something like that, but nah, it's on there, it's not going anywhere, and it sticks out. It's a shame I don't have the base. I could display him on the base. I'm going to keep my eye out on eBay for a loose base for this figure. But yeah, that's my only really down point to this guy. If you're picking him up loose and you want to play around with them, you want to pose them on your display, just beware you've got this big red circle here that is intended for the kind of interactive purpose that the figure was released with the Doc Ock base. But yeah, that is really the only downfall to this figure. The paint, once again on the back, it just keeps up with the quality all the way around. And then I've left the head sculpt to last because on this specific figure, if you can see that, his head's kind of caved in just a tad, just a wee bit at the top here. There's kind of a bit of a bashing going on, yeah, it's been bashed in. And it doesn't look great on camera, I'll be honest, but I've had him in hand, I've posed him around for photos and that, and it's not overly bothersome, especially because I only paid a tenner for this guy. I'm not too worried. You didn't see it on the listing. The thing I did notice on the listing, and is probably quite obvious, especially compared to these other Raimi figures, are the eyes. The eyes are this black kind of, you know, see-through dark plastic, whereas in every other Raimi figure you've got the white eyes, and I do much prefer this look here. I like the white eyes. I thought I was going to hate these black eyes, or I like to think they're more of a glass look, especially if you're relating it to the costume. It's more like glass, but It's definitely darker than the typical white we're used to. And yeah, I'll take it back. I don't actually mind it at all, especially when I am taking photos of them and things. I'm really not too bothered. I think it does look pretty good, and it's a bit different to the other figures I do have in the collection. Speaking of the other figures I have in my collection, if you are new to the channel, guys, feel free to hop on over to the channel page and check my other videos out. I've got a lot of Raimi Movie figure videos. Speaking of other Raimi Movie figure videos that I've done, we did take a look at this superposable Hasbro Spider-Man, and I shared my thoughts and opinions in that video. I love this guy. He does look ripped. He looks a good Spidey. And a lot of folk love the superposable Spider-Man figures. For me, it's not my favourite, mostly just because of the kind of stomach articulation. It's a bit bulky. I do prefer the kind of slimmer, more slick style of Spider-Man figure. And that takes me on to the Web Trap Spider-Man. There's no doubt the Web Trap is one of my favourite. It's my second favourite Raimi Movie figure. I just like the kind of simple articulation to it. It's more, sleek than the bulky superposable one. You've got just one bit of articulation in the stomach area here, and this one there's none, and that does look like it's affecting the tallness of these figures. This guy's standing a lot taller than the two figures we just had a look at. Yeah, so here are the figures lined up next to one another, and Spider-Sense is definitely standing a lot taller than these other two. I do quite like the taller, kind of slimmer look. These ones definitely have a bulky, shredded look to them, and the articulation is definitely more obvious in this figure here compared to this one, and then again you can see the differences in this guy here. As I said, the Web Trap Spidey is my second favourite Spider-Man figure. My first is the Scooter Spider-Man, and yeah, here's my makeshift box for him because this is my favourite figure of all time. I got him for so cheap. I do not want anything to ever happen to him, so I've boxed him up, and that's where he's going to stay for the rest of his life. But if you want to check out more of the Scooter Spider-Man figure, I did a whole individual video on him. Hop on over to the channel page and check that out if you want, guys. So to run over the articulation of Spider-Sense Spider-Man, you can look left and right. There's no looking up and down, so little head movement. The arms will go out. He's kind of got this kind of butterfly joint going on in there. You can see it. Move backwards and forwards. You've got upper bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows. You can move them at the kind of wrist area, although that's not the wrist area, whatever that is. The wrist here, he's got the fingers that go thwip, so that's really cool, and I do like that look. Yeah, I like the thwipping hand. You've got the same articulation in this hand here, more thwipping hand, and there's no articulation here, which yeah is a bit different, but I quite like it. I like the overall look. It does perhaps get in the way when you're trying to pose him around for figures. I do maybe wish that he did have a bit of articulation, but I've got other Raimi figures for that, so I like that I have this kind of variant now, and it's not too bothersome. I do like the overall look, as I said. You can get the I cannot speak. You can get the leg kicking that far out, leg kicking that far back, you can get it kicking that far out to the side. You've got double jointed knees. You can move them around at the calf area, and you can move the feet backwards and forwards. A tiny bit of, not really any ankle pivot, and you can get some toe articulation. So there we have it for our Spider-Sense Spider-Man, and overall I think he's a great figure, especially if you can get him for the price I paid. £10 for this immaculate paintwork, a decent sculpt. I mean, yeah, he doesn't have a lot of articulation. This massive thing sticking out the back of him isn't ideal. Is it going to be the essential Raimi Spider-Man figure? Nah, it's not, but we have plenty of others for that. If you can pick this guy up cheap, I would definitely go for it, especially if he comes with his base. I'm going to have to keep my eye out for the base. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Do you think he's a good figure? Do you disagree with anything I've said? Let me know. And while you're down there, guys, if you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for future videos on hopefully a lot more movie Spider-Man figures, because I love them to bits, and hopefully with No Way Home coming out, we'll get a few new ones. Who knows? I'll also leave the link to my Instagram down in down in the description below, where I'll definitely post some pictures of this guy up on there. So feel free to go and check that out, guys. But until next time, as always, I'll catch yous on the flip flop later. Cheers.